Okay. Motion passes with a 3-2 vote.
I didn't hear the mayor vote.
Silence,
Yes.
silence is consent.
Why?
Silence is not legally
To
consent.
put it back at 3. I don't want not use it at all.
Okay.
No.
So
Huh?
you voted in favor?
Are you
What
voting
it
yes
is?
or nay?
To change it?
Yes.
Yeah. I
Yes.
prefer to change it than keep it at
See, silence is
2.5. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I have, so the things that I would like to offer,
Wait. We do an expense
First,
or
first we gotta cut as much as, if we're gonna
Yeah,
cut
and then we
Scott.
go back to
Okay.
10 million.
and then we go back to
so you don't want what I want to cut yet.
not yet.
Not
If,
yet.
if,
We
if, if
wanna-
I may, Vice Mayor,
Not
because
yet.
you know why, Vice Mayor, I said that I may have something, she may have something,
So you're cutting, we're talking just revenue
just
now.
revenue, I
Yes,
think, and then we'll
yes.
do the expense
After
later.
that.
With
There will go in.
I think Galvin is next.
I have
Scott.
no
Nope.
questions at
Okay,
this point.
I
reserve
have
my time.
questions.
Okay.
Your time. Go ahead, Councilwoman.
No, my
Mr. City Attorney, do you want to say something?
Oh, Mr.
Oh,
Manager.
okay.
Okay.
no, I already suggested my revenue cut, which was the red light camera last budget hearing, and that's my cut.
No, that was,
You done?
she said that was her cut.
Councilwoman.
She said
Sti-
she's done. She said her
Oh, you
cut
done,
was
okay.
the red
It
light
was the
camera.
red light
Okay,
camera, and
okay,
it was
okay.
done.
Mr. Mayor, I'm sorry, Mr. Manager, last week when we had our conversation, my main focus was really the folks, the Main Street folks, the parks and the library. It did not address here, so based on my calculation, I would like to, that would be part of my, I don't know where you get it, how you get it, but at least 2.5 million to do that. But we could work on it because I see Parks and Rec. Okay. You got.
I'm listening.
Oh, okay. You got your Parks and Rec. There's the full-time staff that needed to be at the centers, the public library, but mostly Parks and Recreation and social service. But I have another policy question after that. So my proposal would be if we could find at least, I see where that's going with the 2 point, mine initial was at least 2.5, but I could go for 1.5 because with the staffing from Parks and Rec, I think
What
they
are you
were
talking-
they were
What
trying
is
to,
your proposal?
my proposal was 1.5 to fund someone at
So
the-
you want
the
me to add 1.5
1.5 to,
to the budget?
yes, based on my,
What do you mean
not,
to add
not add, not
1.5?
add. We're gonna be cutting and then we're gonna
No, you got
reshift
to
it.
make your proposal, not to the manager. We got to vote on it.
Okay.
What do you want?
Well, I don't know if that's part of revenue, and maybe my colleague here could help me. I wanted to fund those actual positions that we talked
What
about that was
position?
cut.
You
The,
want to
um,
create more
the-
positions?
Well, basically, that's not, but I want to balance it out.
What
So
it
do
is?
we
What
cut
is the
out-
position? You got to say it
Well,
on
Mr.
record.
Mayor, I'm trying to tell you, it's
Oh,
about
okay.
1.5 million from
what it
my,
is? You got to say what position.
all, I thought we were not doing revenue, but anyhow, Parks and Rec, is there a conversation, Mr. Attorney? Is there something we,
No, you didn't say anything.
oh,
I'm just listening. So well,
Bec-
I'm trying to get the summary of what you're asking is for us to add 1.5 million in
1.5 to cut it
parks.
somewhere, not to cut it somewhere and then to fund these particular position. It may be less than that by the time we're done.
What
So
are
thi-
the
this is-
positions?
Mr.
Oh, you
I
can't-
am trying to say the
Oh,
positions.
okay.
The rec 2 or the rec 1, whichever the ones at the community centers, someone must be there. At these there was a park nationalist, I think at Enchanted Forest that was frozen.
Yeah, I'd like to just remove that from consideration. That's in my district.
Yes, I understand that, but I'm asking that if they could put that in there, Councilman Galvin. That's
I
just
know,
my
but
recommendation.
If you don't want to fight me on my district, I won't
No,
fight
I'm
you
not.
on
No,
your
no, no. I'm
district.
not fighting. I'm not
Right.
even have nothing on my
I
district.
feel really confident with what's going on at Enchanted Forest. I live up the backside.
Okay, so
Give him the
You
credit,
ju- you ju-
courtesy
okay,
of
so that
decided, yeah.
so you just have
Good.
40, whatever that is, that you could delete from
What 40? You cannot
from
put
what
a price on
I don't
the-
know
oh.
whatever that frozen
This
position
This
was.
is what I'm going to try to do since you're describing the position.
Yes.
You want the rec ones.
The
that-
rec, whoever rec
at
ones or
all- at
rec
the co-
twos,
at the community center.
that yes, to have the community centers open during the daytime.
Okay.
To have additional funding that we asked for the library, because I think it was added just based on the number of books that was added. I think she said the 50. I don't think it was 50 that was added in the second time.
Yeah, it was.
It was 50
Yeah, we
for
added
the books?
Yeah, we added the money that you directed from the.
How much was it?
It was 22, it was, she needed 50.
Yes,
We
that's what I
funded-
thought.
She needed 50, we had funded half of it.
Half of it, so we add another half.
We added the other
Okay,
half.
so that's another coming from my, okay, so let's do this, Mr. Manager, because, I'm sorry?
It's already in the budget, 45,000 for books
Is it, okay,
It's
it's
there.
45,000.
It's in
and
the-
21 for unprinted materials. I
Right,
assume that's
right,
computer stuff.
Okay, so let's add my little folks for Parks and Recs,
Okay,
for those things, and then we'll be, so I
How
don't
many
even think that's,
positions?
I don't know, he will know.
give me, if you give me, I'm just
You
gonna
gotta,
take it down.
I
I'll
gotta
give
know
you a
how
minute.
much it is, I gotta know
It's
where.
not, it won't be much
Where
now
are
with this.
they, what park and
You got-
everything.
We can take a hiatus if we need to
Yeah, can I-
mid-meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Adjust.
because I have to go look into the.
And then he'll come back with that.
Okay, the employee, the administration, they represent 57% of the budget, right?
Yeah.
Okay. You have the positions? Yeah, but we got to vote on it. What are they? How much it is?
Look it up right now.
No, he didn't look at, so we just giving to him, he said, and he'll come back with the
How
recommendations.
many and what? That's when we're not gonna take a vote now.
No,
Okay.
Right, no, I
No.
wanna,
Okay.
yeah, I'm open to moving with this to hear what the dollar amount will be.
Yeah.
And what are the position? What park? Where? Okay.
Right. How many
Okay. What else
Yes.
do you have? That's your major thing.
that's
for
my,
now.
that's my biggest, major thing, and I would like for more to be added, Mr., okay, I'll wait for him. Yeah, with the Parks and Rec, and then you already said we eliminating the library. My other concern was the item that I spoke to briefly before was the street resurfacing. At least if we could add another, because we have a lot of streets and sidewalks, at least if we could add $500,000 to that. So that's where my million was coming from. The $500,000 from the parks personnel, et cetera, and the other half for street resurfacing for the city. Because right now it's at 470. So those
Listen,
are
you wanna add 500,000 more
if we
for
could do
street-
five
for capital
for
improvements.
capital improvements. Yes.
Okay, for the entire city or for your district?
No, the entire city. However they usually do it.
Okay. How much is the total now?
I don't know. It may be just
No, 500,000 plus
600.
whatever the, okay.
Yeah, it may
okay.
be.
So right
And
now,
that's
the-
it?
The big, no, the big number
Yeah.
is, and I'm rounding, you had one, right now you've reduced revenues by 1.7. You added a hard $500,000 to expenditures. And then whatever the rec positions and collateral, so we're at least 2.2 million in the whole.
That you need to look
Yeah, you
for.
need to look for.
Okay.
And probably, I think that, I don't know, I'll see what they come back.
I think we're
And the
about-
third
I
one, the
think we're about 3 million in the hole.
3 million.
2.2.
If it's a 1.5,
No, he said one.
They'll figure it out. Right.
You haven't put the employees that you stated. Okay, not the employees yet. You are 2.2. And another thing in the budget, in the proposed budget, the initial one, 855,000 was put aside toward the deficit with the 5-year plan. In the new one, you eliminate that.
No, I reduced it by
million.
900,000. It was actually 1.6 million towards the deficit. And in addition to the 5 million we have to budget, right?
Okay.
So we reduced that number, the additional money, the additional 1.6 by 900,000 to balance the budget. So
Okay.
that, and the balancing, and it was in the memo, you eliminated some revenue, but then we also added some additional costs. In
Okay.
doing and then there were some savings that we were able to get within the departments. The net of that, all of that stuff was 1.8 million.
Thank
So
you.
we took 900,000, we reduced the addition to the reserve by 900,000, and then we increased the amount we were proposing to use from the sale of the Solomia by 900,000. That's what balanced the budget.
Okay, let me ask you a question while you're putting it together before we take a break so you can go and find that money. from the numbers that you were able to plug in, what will be this year budget deficit?
So we're in the middle of our pre-closing process, as I explained to you, so I still don't know that number right now. The number on the, and I want to put this on the record, everybody's looking at the transparency portal, and I've explained this 100 times already, so let's make it 101. That is cash, that's basically cash numbers. It's not the accrual basis of accounting that we actually close the books with. So I'm trying to work with finance to get I guess a preliminary estimate of what all of that stuff will be. So I'm
We're
working.
talking about the deficit for this year alone.
If we have one, because everybody's looking at the portal, and the portal showing about $7 million, but that doesn't have any of the year-end closing transactions that would close the gap, if you will, on that amount.
Okay, another question. In last year budget, did you use the $2 million from Costco to balance the budget, or did you use that money for any expenditure?
So to answer the question that was there, because people ask, did we use the Costco money, and why is there $20,000 in there?
No, did you use it? I didn't say
we
why.
did not use it. We couldn't use it. The reason being is, and I explained,
You couldn't use it because you told me on record that you wasn't gonna use it.
well, there's more than just that reason, sir.
Okay.
The accounting reason for it is because that is prepaid rent for 200 years, by accounting standards, just like the reason why we have a deficit to begin with is because we had to reclassify $16 million of revenue that is sitting in the bank. It could not be recorded as revenue because it was considered to be prepaid rent that had to be amortized over 100 years. This is the same thing with the Costco. So in this year's budget, you'll see a number that's $20,000. That is us amortizing the $2 million of revenue over the next 100 years.
Okay.
So
That's mean you did not use that money. Okay. I hope that everyone understand that. Secondly, another question. In last year budget, that's mean the one that and on the 30th, did you anticipate the sale of the land to balance that previous budget?
no, it was not in there. It was not included as an assumption.
Okay, it was not.
No.
Okay. You want to ask a question?
Yes, sir. I know there's an increase in the part. Go ahead, Ms. Morgan. Oh, I know there's an increase in the full-time staff. I know there's an increase in the full-time staff, and I'm kind of glad I think it went down from,
Yes, it did.
it
went
did.
down by 8.
6, is it 6 or 8?
It was 15 before, now it's 7.
It's 7. So with that, what's the total of those, of that 7?
Like the dollar amount?
The dollar amount?
I don't know.
Can we get that?
the
7
the 7
positions
positions that are a net increase?
adding to the.
Because remember, it's a net, it's both increase and decrease in various departments, so that's a net number. So he's trying to figure out what's the value of the 7 additional positions that are from last year to this year.
Okay, and I have a question for Park Director. Where is? Yes.
The rec, we got the rec number. The rec number is
What?
230.
Oh,
okay.
the ad.
It's 237,000.
To put folks at the
Yeah.
at the recreational
wait.
centers. Okay.
Wait, how much?
237,000.
And this is a full-time person, right?
Two. Wait, wait,
Four
wait,
full-times,
wait.
yes.
Okay.
4 full time.
Okay.
Wait,
200 and what?
37.
37,000.
Okay.
And that includes Griffin,
We're gonna-
correct?
4 full time where?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Derek Corker. That includes a full-time staff, a Rec 2 at Griffin, a Rec 1 at Sunkiss, a Rec 1 at Keystone, and a Enchanted Forest Naturalist.
No, he said
The-
take his district out.
Kick
so-
that out.
So,
Yeah.
no, we don't need a second naturalist at Enchanted Forest if there's already one.
There is one,
Okay.
yes.
I'm willing to forego, because I think
Griffin,
things are running
Sunkist.
well there, that we don't need a second naturalist.
Okay, and one at
169.
169.
Okay. Do you want to
Wait,
keep, he
wait,
might want to
wait.
take the person at Keystone.
Wait, 169, right? Now, to
Yes.
put what? One at
One-
Griffin,
A rec 2 at Griffin,
Rec 2,
a rec 1 at Sunkiss, a rec 1
Sunkist.
at Judson. I'm sorry, in Keystone. Apologize for saying Judson. Keystone.
Wait, you said 4. One in Keystone.
The naturalist was at Enchanted, but Councilman Galvin said,
Oh, okay,
do not
okay.
worry about that. So
Now.
it's 3 now,
It's 3.
correct.
Okay, Sunkist and where else?
Griffin,
Griffin.
Enchanted for, I'm sorry.
Keystone.
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 Sorry.
What the-
Griffin,
Griffin Park,
Keystone,
Sunkist.
Sunkiss Grove,
Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
and Keystone.
Okay, Keystone, okay. Because you were gonna say, okay, it's 3,
Correct.
full time,
Full time.
okay. Right now, we don't have one of
We do-
those.
We do not have the positions at those facilities at this
Okay.
time.
But do you have programs
Yes, sir.
for those full times?
Yes, sir.
Can you elaborate on all the programs that you have throughout the year
There's
in
multiple.
the budget?
There's multiple.
How much is your
programs
budget?
for Parks and Rec
Total
this
budget?
year?
Mm-hmm.
$6.5 million.
$6.5 million. Okay. Can someone tell me how much for staff out of that $6.5 million? Can you tell me?
Yes.
Between
Staffing is about $3.7 million.
3.7 for staff. How much for programs?
Around $2 million.
2 million for programs. Can you elaborate on some of the programs that we have for me?
Throughout the Parks and Recreation Department?
Yes, yes.
We have all programming from after-school care, senior programming, after summer camp,
What
winter
senior
camp.
programming are you talking about?
We have Griffin Park has multi-dine-outs, Saturday evenings where we take the seniors out. They have crochet classes, arts and craft classes. They have a quilting class that they produce over 250 quilts every year to be donated to the hospital during the holidays. There are multiple athletic programs for the youth
For
and
the,
adult.
just a quick question, for Griffin Community Center,
Yes, sir.
how much money do you spend on the senior program, on the adult program?
I don't have that number
You don't
in
have
front of
that
me, just so
number?
I can give you, yeah.
Okay,
I
an
don't have
overview of
actual
the number.
in
You don't
front
have an idea of what? No.
of me. On the scenes, I don't have it in front
Which
of
is different than the Golden Senior Program,
Correct.
right? Okay. You can go for the
me. There are
programs,
youth programming,
athletic. Mhm.
adult programs. We have basketball, soccer, baseball, softball, track and field.
You have track and field.
Yes, we do, sir.
Mm-hmm.
We have track and field. You have volleyball that is held at Cagney Gym currently on Fridays and Saturdays. We operate all of the, we have a STEM program that is coming up one at Griffin and one's going to be at Keystone. So we're going to be doing STEM and robotics as well this year. You have multiple adult programming, fitness classes at JCC. You have adult basketball program, and we're looking at adult flag football as well. You have adult soccer at Ben Franklin and at Cagney as well. There are a lot of programming for the nonprofits that we partner with on different initiatives, from their health and wellness programs to our breast cancer initiative that is taking place starting October.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
No problem.
Oh, when you're gonna be done with the North Miami Stadium? for the bleachers.
We,
Hmm?
we are very hopeful that it will be done before the end of the year.
Why is that?
We had the vendor that we chose had some issues through permitting. Steve has been working with them. I've actually gotten hands-on. They've not provided the wind loads that we need to actually pour the concrete for the things. But on a day-to-day basis, I'm checking in on it. So I'm pushing them to have it.
That's
try to
when
get
you
done.
didn't choose the right company?
No, I mean, we went through a selection process. They got started, they did the demolition, and then what they turned in was not sufficient to get to, for the building department to issue the permit, so.
Okay.
So we
When
pushed back.
you think
Well, he's saying in a year,
in a year
no,
No,
the,
by the-
before the end of
Oh,
this calendar year.
it's gonna be done?
It'll be done. New, both sides, the press box and everything. I've been pushing them for November, so.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Can, what is the cost gonna be now that we've eliminated the, naturalists and enchanted? What will be the cost for the three?
169.
169?
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay, now it's 2.2 plus 169,
Oh, 2.2.
2.369, right? Right?
What was,
You
what
said
was
it was
Councilman-
2.2 and, yeah.
what was the number, that bottom line that, Councilman DeSulmi added?
669.
Oh, 669.
500 for street resurfacing and 169 for new full-time.
For new full-time.
Okay, okay.
Grossed up 2,369,000.
Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Should we take a 30 minutes recess for that?
No,
That-
let's
is that
keep-
it?
No, let's keep going. We
Let's
gotta-
keep going.
Better keep
Let's
going?
Well, you say you don't have nothing. She doesn't have nothing.
I-
On the revenue side, you done?
I have-
Revenue, not costs, not.
I know, but we should get the revenue and the cost for.
We're gonna get there.
Let's not
It's
take a-
early.
Let's not take a break before we get our revenues.
No,
You
can
they-
you take a?
Oh,
Our
but
No,
my
can you
the
find that?
cuts.
We
Anybody
may
else?
have other costs. Can
Sir. Sir, I'm gonna be very honest with you, and I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I need to get direction because, again, I have very limited places. It's not like we can go and say, I'm gonna eliminate 100 positions, and that wouldn't even do it for this number. Just letting you know that right now, because people have rollback rates and there's all other ramifications to this. We put forth some very feasible revenue sources for us to cut. There are some expenditures that we're looking at, but like I said, every time we come back, we're, for good reason, and I understand we want to have the touch points in the services, so I get that, but I'm gonna have to have some flexibility, and you're gonna have to tell me where that is.
You have the entire budget. You can work in the entire budget. I don't have to go on specific now. Everything, whether it's discretionary, whatever it is.
Okay.
That's what it is. You come up with a proposal.
So,
Can I make a suggestion?
yes.
I'm gonna just make it broad.
I can give you a quick example. Me, I will make a motion to eliminate discretionary fund. It's $200,000. If you want it, that's what I mean.
But-
That's
And I might
me.
roll with that, but here's my question. I've hardly spent any of mine. Are you asking me to give up my money because I've not spent it? Or are you looking to, guys, please?
No, shh. Whatever you had, it's all
It's
over.
not- that's not in
It's
the
all
budget.
over.
yeah,
The
your
rollover's
rollover-
not in the
Your,
budget.
your money is all over.
Yeah, your rollover money would be, it's not in this.
There,
My
but it's gonna-
rollover is still there.
Yes.
Still there.
Okay.
I
I'm
would-
all for giving up anything further then.
Okay.
I'm in favor, but what I was gonna say is the 50,000 that you put in for capital in the discretionary portion, I would like to apply that towards the street improvement. That's 250.
We said eliminate that. We
Okay,
give them
so
for
that would
street
give you
improvement. You
250.
already got that.
No,
We
well,
let
Mr.
them
Mayor,
come
Okay,
up with some
yes.
ideas,
That's what
and
I
if we don't
say.
like their ideas,
I'm
then we
okay
can
with
go back at it.
eliminating the
That's what
discretionary.
I want you to do. Everything is on the table.
Are we gonna keep 7,000?
If
or are we gonna
everything is
keep
on the
nothing?
table,
No,
I'm just asking, you made a motion, are we gonna eliminate the 70 or 77?
I didn't make any motion. I
Well-
told him,
No, no, you made
this
some-
May I?
yes.
we've come up with $2.369 million that you need to
Of
come up with.
addition.
Yes.
That I
Right.
need to deal with.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Can we take a break, let you discuss it, and then come back? And then if we think what your ideas
Yeah.
are awful, then we can hack at it page by page. But maybe you have some smarter ideas than we have at this moment.
I'm just trying to get a sense of, is this it? That's
Right.
what I'm trying to get a sense of.
Everything is on the table.
no, no.
2.369. If
When I
anybody
say
else
is
has
this
anything
it,
else they want
Uh-huh.
to
I need to,
raise,
I need to cover a 2.3 million gap, 2.369 million dollar gap.
Yes.
And that's it.
Okay, if for some reason we have to decrease something, we got to make sure we find it in the budget. Plus and minus.
That's what
Okay? That's what
but
it is.
this is the number.
Fine.
Can we-
Find
can
that
We
number.
are agreeing that this is the number.
Yes.
you can meet with them privately to suggest your things. I
Okay.
mean, we've only got half an hour if we take
All right.
this break,
Yeah.
but otherwise,
I
we're just
got
going to
it.
ping pong all over the place.
We're going to take a 30 minutes break. Thank you.
Let's go get it.